My name is Japhet Chukwumeze Ikoni, and me and my brother Ikoni Siri Chukwumike. We are here to actually thank God for what God has done in my brother's life. My brother fell sick critically February 24th, 2024, earlier this year, and we thought it was just a normal cold and flu sickness. He went to the hospital, he was hospitalized. After a couple of days, it was getting worse, and that actually put him on oxygen mask to actually help him breathe. He was on oxygen mask for 24 hours, and they said, oh, he wasn't also breathing well, and he needed a bigger oxygen mask and bigger oxygen to actually help him breathe. From there, they took him to the ICU. He was there in ICU, and the next thing they said, oh, even the big oxygen mask and big oxygen was also not helping him breathe. In fact, he was having respiratory failure and blood clotting at that point, and he was in ICU. And at the point, the hospital in Kitchener, Ontario, said they couldn't help him anymore, and they had to actually transfer him to Toronto, to the specialist hospital to see how the specialist could help him. That actually carried him in an ambulance, and at that time they had to actually put in what do they call it? Intubator inside his body, and at that time he was no longer conscious, and they carried him to Toronto, and he was on that intubator for about 6-7 days. It got really bad. They said his lungs were failing. There was blood clotting, and at the point he had a very critical attack that they need to actually it was cold-blooded attack. It was very terrible. Even at the point they had to actually pump him, so that he could actually breathe. He was on that ventilator for days, going to almost 8 days or 9 days. We kept on praying. My sister kept on sending NSPD morning prayers, and we kept on praying. And on March 4th, that fateful night, we joined Pastor Jerry's prayer. Pastor Jerry was praying heavily in the middle of the night. He was saying that he was sending fire to that ICU. We claimed it.
No negativity will escape this fire. Hey, 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 hey! Oh my God! People are waking up from coma. Yes. The angels are moving into ICUs. People are waking up. People are waking up from coma. People are waking up. We say, wake up, wake up, wake up.
We said this prayer is for my brother on that March 4th night. We claimed it heavily. When we went to the hospital the next morning, March 5th, my brother was healed and healthy. They said they were going to take off the ventilator in the next couple of hours, and they took off the incubator and the ventilator, and my brother was breathing on his own. They even thought that they would put the small mask so that while he recovered his respiratory system, gradually. But all of that didn't happen. My brother just stood up, started breathing very well on his own, 100%. Even doctors and nurses were surprised, because he had cold-blooded twice, and people thought all kind of things, but here we are today. God saved him. It was a big miracle. He's fully here, healthy, doing well, very fit on his own.
Yeah, I want to give all glory to God. I'm really grateful to God and to Pastor Jerry for interfering and making me feel better now. I'm very healthy. No symptoms of anything at all. What God cannot do does not exist.
We give God all the glory. What God cannot do does not exist.